Hello once again YouTube and welcome to another video. My last video on Series 10 until the Christmas special comes out, obviously. And this is an overview. With the help from these lovely sheets of paper, I have gathered all my thoughts on Doctor Who Series 10 into exact facts, data, whatever you want to call it. So, I present to you the official Doctor Who's, the official Knights of Awesomeness Doctor Who Series 10 overview and thoughts, overall thoughts on Series 10. I have put blood, sweat and tears into this. This better work out. You better watch it. You better watch it for the full hour. Or whatever this, however long this video is going to be. So I bet you got your popcorn. Take a bathroom break because there are not going to be any stops from now on. This is it, people. I've worked my ass on this. So you better appreciate all this hard work. Okay? You done? Okay. Now we continue. And of course, there's obvious spoilers. There's spoilers everywhere. So yes. Okay. The pilot. Let's start at the beginning, shall we? So, the pilot. This was I thought it was a good start to the series. It's very accessible to newcomers. Anybody who hasn't actually watched Doctor Who before, they can watch from then onwards. Yeah, it's a nice starting point. Even though there were tons of references to classic Who, like you have the Movellans, you have Susan's picture, and also references to New Who with River. Of course, you have a Dalek in there. I thought there was some creepy scenes in there. Especially that scene in the shower where Bill thinks that her mum is taking a shower instead. And then there's nothing there and it's creepy. And then Heather herself is peering at Bill. I didn't mind the jump scare. It's not like an unnecessary jump scare, which you hear all the goddamn time in, like, horror movies. Like, if somebody comes from a corner, if a main character, this is a horror movie trope. If a main character walks to the door, and nobody's there, and then you hear and there's somebody like saying hello, and he's like, oh, jeez, you should have not done that. That's irritating, because that happens all the goddamn time in horror movies. And thank God this one is, and thank God the pilot had some sense to actually make it the threat who had the whole jump scare sound effect. The mum, I found, yeah. Although, he wasn't that bad. It was worse in the 2015 Christmas special, let's all be honest about it. It had a very grounded, one-sided relationship, which you don't really see that often in Doctor Who, but we'll talk about... Heather was a little bit underdeveloped, in my opinion. I already talked about the good uses of Genshin. I like the underuse of the Daleks, because they've been overused too much. Yeah, I prefer it to be like a cameo, like what happened then. You don't have to have a cameo like... Instead of a cameo like in Wedding of River Song, you can have a cameo like in the pilot, where you show the Daleks are menacing, but you don't focus on the Daleks, if you get me. Good performances by Pearl and Peter. I might be saying that a lot. There was a new way of introducing the TARDIS to everybody, to the companions and to the newcomers. And I was like in awe and gasp at the sight of the TARDIS. But Bill is asking questions that don't really get asked in Doctor Who, like, where's the toilet? And it looks like a kitchen. And like, you would think... Like, it's been firmly established that Doctor Who's in the real world, in a kind of real world, because that would mean Doctor Who's based on a true story in their reality. Yeah. So you would think that people would know about sci-fi, know about Alien, well, they did. All these films, The Thing, what else? The Day the Earth Stood Still, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, all these great classic sci-fi films, E.T., all these films about the dangers of Terminator, and stuff like that. But most of the time they don't mention that shit. Which is weird, but Bill mentions it. Bill says to the Doctor that you're like a penguin with his ass on fire. Which, I don't know how that got past the rating board. There's a load of swearing in this season. Well, even cut out swearing, I'm still counting that. Like, no shit! And then, like, the it bit is cut out. No shit! Like that. That happened in the 3rd episode. Overall, I gave this episode a 7 out of 10. It's a good start to the series, and it's definitely a breath of fresh air from the absolute crap end to Series 9, Hellbent. It definitely came from hell, to say the least. Okay, next, Smile! Good performances from Pearl and Peter. Yeah, Pearl Mackie has proven herself to be a great companion, up there with the likes of Leela, Liz Shaw, I'm trying to think of an underrated, Ace, I felt, Charlie, Perry's underrated, isn't she? Same with, who else, Vicky, yeah, Vicky, yes, Pearl was up there with the greats, in my opinion. Of course, K9 is brilliant. Yeah, she put her effort into this season, and she's given a better performance as Bill this season than she did in the preview clip that made us all go, that made us all sigh and cry inside, which is a good thing. There was a very eerie, the monsters, the robots, the emoticon robots were legitimately creepy. Not because I have a phobia of emojis. Please. Jack's films. I'm being sarcastic. I'm going to see the Emoji Movie when it comes out. I hope that paycheck was worth it, Sir Patrick Stewart, because I'm going to see the Emoji. No, it's going to be just like singing, just kidding. We're all ironic on the internet. Yeah, they were creepy. The way that they controlled the environment around them, and how at the end the whole place belonged to them. Like the colony didn't belong to the humans; it belonged to them. A good use of social commentary, because obviously humans are going to use something that they're familiar with to help them on their journey to other planets. It had a bit of a rushed ending, but of course, and it didn't have much. It had an undeveloped supporting cast, but it doesn't really matter, because this story is basically a two-hander, if we're not counting all the small people inside of the emoji bots, or I'm gonna call them the Vari. Yeah, this episode was good. I did like the what, all the skeletons and skulls that you could see. The Bill working out what the TARDIS is used, why the Doctor uses a police telephone box instead of fixing the chameleon circuit on her own, is absolutely a stroke of genius. And this is coming from the person who wrote fucking In the Forest of the Shite. I know, I can't believe it either. Now on to and I gave Smile an 8.5 out of 10. That is a high rating for something that has emojis in it. And if it wasn't as good as I said it was, yeah, it also used details from the Empty. It also used plot details from the Empty Child, the Happiness Patrol, and the Ark in Space and Robots of Death. But still, it was a good episode. Definitely back to basics. Now, Vid Ice. The Doctor punches a racist in the face. Like, that felt satisfying. In my mind, I'm like, hell yeah! It's like Captain America punching Hitler in his very first, on the cover of his very first comic. Yeah, that was a kind of surprise, actually, that they depicted racism like that. Yeah. Very, very surprised how they got away with that. Actually, there's a load of things that I'm surprised they got away with, especially the swearing and the monsters for oxygen. How did they get away with that? That kid at the beginning that stole the Doctor's Sonic, he stayed dead. He died, people. And thank God for that. He didn't come back. It's a breath of fresh air, everybody. Unfortunately, the next episode won't be a breath of fresh air. It probably will be the same. Foreshadowing. Good child actors? How can child actors be good? Only in films where Tim Curry wears clown makeup can child actors be any good. What a surprise! Usually they're absolutely crap. Okay, I have to admit, in E.T. and in The Goonies, yeah, the child actors in there were good. The Doctor explained. I love how the Doctor explained how humans suppress the unknown and pretend those things never happened, just like in Remembrance of the Daleks. Which it felt. It's very weird how in New Who the everybody seems to forget about alien invasions. Like, you have, like, everybody's staring at the Cybermen like they've never seen Cybermen before in Dark Water, when didn't they appear in 2000? Didn't they invade Earth in 2006? I know Cybermen change and now they look like Iron Man, but still, handlebars. They have the same overall shape. They have the line. They have the teardrop eyes. They look like robots. They stomp, ringing a bell. Yeah, and also Bell not knowing what a Dalek is, even though the Daleks invaded Earth in several times, haven't they? 2008, and of course in Remembrance of the Daleks, the Daleks had a battle in 1963, and the Zygons had the Gambit. Yeah, they're now, everybody knows what a Zygon is now, because they're ISIS metaphors now. And also the Yeti in the Underground, everybody forgot about that. These things, people should really know these things actually happen. But no, everybody forgets about them. The tech traps, the pterodactyls. People should remember seeing lizard people roaming around the streets of 18th century London. Or 19th century, I can't remember. All these things. Giant werewolves, clockwork robots. Everybody forgets about these things. And it's kind of weird, isn't it? How humans can forget things. We probably suppress seeing aliens all the goddamn time, don't we? Probably. An alien probably walked into your house and stole your ice cream and your vodka whilst you are watching this. How do I know that you have ice cream and vodka? I know many things about you. Some that you might not want me to know. Anyway, the historic setting felt real and looked real. And believe it or not, it was a set. That's an impressive set. I think this is the first time we've seen a live elephant in Doctor Who since the Ark. Fact! Yes, there was a live elephant used in Doctor Who in the 60s serial The Ark. Don't ask me why I know that fact. I just look up stuff like that. Of course, the vault. We all saw Missy coming out of the vault. We all knew Missy was going to come out of the vault. Some people said it was going to be the Mondasian and others said it was going to be Sutekh. Which I said, they're never going to bring back Sutekh. And if they did, it would probably ruin, Pyramids of Mars for everybody. Next episode. Knock. Knock. Who's there? Doctor Who. Doctor Who fucked your mom. Oh! Oh no. Let's not do that. Yes, this is my Peter Capaldi impression. I do. My dear, have a jelly, baby. Now I'm doing a fourth Doctor impression. Yes. Ooh. I don't know what I'm doing with my life now. Okay, great. Oh my God, David Suchet. He's the Thin Ice. Yes, Thin Ice. 7.5 out of 10. Still as unorganized as ever. Knock knock. Yes, I feel like the best part, the two best parts of this episode are the wooden lady. She looked absolutely bloody creepy, and David Suchet. I swear that man does not do a bad performance. Yeah. Oh, and also, speaking of good performances in bad things, Anthony Hopkins is the only good thing about Transformers last night. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, he great performance. It was a bit of an anti-climax for me. It kind of was a disappointment. Boring, bland, dull, generic, all the words that describe the supporting cast, and nobody dies. Yeah, this episode didn't click for me. Only good thing was David Suchet and that creepy wooden girl person. I give Knock Knock a 5 out of 10. Ooh. That left a bad taste in my mouth. Let's get some oxygen. Perhaps. Yes, oxygen. This is going to be a long one. The makeup on the zombie, the spacesuit zombies, or the suits. How did they get away with that on tea time on Saturday at 7 o'clock in the evening? I do not know. That is the most disturbing looking monster I've seen in, I'm gonna say in New Who. Yeah. Most disturbing looking monster from Classic Who was the Master from The Deadly Assassin. Oh, and also, they're not monsters, but the Master and Magnus Grell, they looked terrified. Like they literally terrified me. Now, most terrifying looking monsters, not most disturbing looking monsters, like grotesque, I would say the Chief Clown was creepy. And he performed it straight and serious and mean and cruel and terrifying, unlike what Tim Curry did. Tim Curry was an actual clown. Pennywise the Clown should have been in that circus. Not the Chief Clown. The Chief Clown can terrorise the town of Derry, Maine, instead of Pennywise. Then I would have been terrified then. Okay, some more politically relevant commentary. I'm quite a political person. It's basically capitalism in space, where no one can hear you scream. And oxygen is the money. And when you're oxygen, and you gotta hold your breath, because you can't lose all those precious breath, all that precious oxygen you have. And my God, the tension! Like, seriously, this episode was, I had my mouth was on the floor. I was literally biting my nails. It made me crawl into a ball and contemplate the meaningless of it, the meaningless of existence. Brilliant and wonderful performances by Pearl and Peter. Oh, especially when she's like, when she's stuck outside and like in the terrifying confines of space, trying to breathe. She's hypnotized. Everybody's fighting for their lives. It's so tragic, isn't it? The blue guy was the highlight. Total whiplash. Ow! And I would give Oxygen a well-deserved 10 out of 10. Yes, it's probably on my top 20. I think the 10s and 9s are on my top 20. Yeah, they're on my top 20 new Who stories. Now, next, on to the Veritas. What does it mean in the Veritas? Extremis. Dun dun dun. The subplot didn't matter much to the main plot, but it did matter to the last part of the story. Creepy designs for the monks. Honestly, Millennium Effects, they did themselves. They outdid themselves. The monks, they look like mummies. They look so terrifying. Like they're foretold. If the foretold had no bandages and just wore a cloak, they freaked me the fuck out. And the way they talk, like they just open their mouth and like, you must consent. Oh, that's creepy. Absolutely creepy. Bill got over Heather. Heather will come back. Trust me. Yeah, she got a new girlfriend. Lesbians. Yay. Gay pride. Well, I don't really care for her sexuality, to be honest. I don't even care for your sexuality. In fact, I don't... Let's not say that. I just don't care about your sexuality, yo. That doesn't mean I don't mind it. I'm not a fucking stupid twat. It got a bit over its head and blabbled on about computer simulations, and it had to be needlessly complex. They could have told us from the beginning of the story that this is a computer simulation. No, it didn't. Yeah, it was alright. And I would give it a 6.5 out of 10. Next on to the longest title in Doctor Who history, The Pyramid at the End of the World. It was the monks had a very different way of invading Earth. Via the power of love. Do, 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 don't need a credit card. Yeah. No one came back from the dead. All those political leaders, all of them are dead. They need to elect some new people then for each country. It was a very diverse cast of people. The subplot actually fitted into the main plot. It even crossed over. Like, the monks were trying to invade Earth, take over Earth, to save Earth from this accident, what that will cause the end of the world, and the monks know what that end of the world would look like, and everybody's believing in it, and everybody does it out of fear, as a military tactic, and all the monks kill them, and Bill does it out of love. So she gave them full access to Earth, and the Doctor's eyesight is restored, but at what cost? And he says, "Bill, I can see. What have you done?" And now on to the final part of the monk three-parter, or as I like to call it, the extremis three-parter, The Lie of the Land. I thought it was a good episode. Some people might say, and they probably really hated it when the Doctor pranked Bill, but I just thought the Doctor needs to fuck about with any good companion. That's why 7 and 4 are some of my favourite Doctors. Yeah, because they fuck about with their companions and mess with their minds, and in 7's cases, manipulate them for his own gain. P12 was acting like an absolute maniac, and I was loving every second of it. Like, when he did the whole laugh, like, like, he's cackling like a crazy maniac. I just loved that. It just makes me happy for him. He probably wanted to do that he probably always wanted to do that when he was the Doctor, to bring him to to make him a more professor-like Doctor, crazy professor-like Doctor. That's what we needed, and this Doctor is the best that Peter has been in his Series 10 is his best season, in my opinion. Like, Series 8 was Okay, Series 9 was... Okay, there were some episodes that I liked, but the majority I hated with a passion. Now, Series 10, however, has been a blast. Basically. It's been really good. And the way he tricked Bill into regenerating, and he's like, ah ha ha, got you there, ha, damn. That was absolutely, bloody good. I gotta type something. Yes. It was brilliant. Like, just not just got a fuck about with his companion. With his companions sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes it's great to see the Doctor just like, ah, got him. Yeah, he tricked her into thinking that she just killed her best friend. But the Doctor's all like, ugh, you didn't kill me. It's all part of the plan. I planned that you... just laughing at something that I typed into the internet. Oh boy. Okay. Yes. I didn't mind the ending. It was a bit of a cop-out. I have to agree with some, with the people that thought that the ending was absolute garbage. but I didn't mind it. It made sense, kind of. And it's better than the Dr. Sonic in his way out of the situation, I guess. And the way that the monks absorbed themselves into human history was very creepy and very terrifying. This is exciting. Yeah. Missy was good. And that subplot back in Extremis came back, and it actually made sense. It did. Yeah. Okay, now on to Empress of Mars. Okay. The Alpha Centauri Alpha Centauri. Oh my god. When I heard her voice, I was like, what? And then I saw her face and I'm like, yes, it is her. It is Alpha Centauri. Oh, and I was like, oh my god. I was like... I was like, oh, this is... I wonder what the general public are thinking of this at this very moment. Yeah. And of course, those brutal deaths, the new way the Ice Warriors kill was absolutely weird. It was absolutely weird, but yet it looked absolutely brutal. Yeah, look. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be squashed into a ball. Yeah, that looks absolutely horrible. It felt kind of like one of the Peladon stories, which I love, by the way. But both of them are some of the best. Both of them are two of the best of the Pertwee era. Yeah, I quite like them. The design for the Ice Empress, the Ice Queen, or whatever you want to call her, this kind of reminded me of the Ice Lords and Predator. She had a cape like the Ice Lords. She had the helmet like the Ice Lords without the chin strap. But she also had dreadlocks like Predator. And she has scaly skin. So you can see where I'm coming from, and beady eyes that are yellow for some reason. So, yeah, you can see where I'm coming from. I loved all the performances, especially the imperialist guy. But Friday was a good performance, and it actually sounds like they're using the people instead of Nicholas Briggs voicing them. It sounds like the person himself is actually voicing them, and you can see who's Friday and who's other Ice Warriors, because Friday has one eye that's damaged. Looks like a battle scar. And the voice and the Ice Warriors got their voices back, which is always a good thing. Now on, and I would rate that a high 9 out of 10. Oh, and also Land I rated as a 7 out of 10. Those are 7s. So, now on to the Eaters of Light. I didn't believe for 1 second that crows could talk. With that out of the way, very good guest performances for both the Celts and the Ninth Legion, who are all below the age of 20 or 25. I don't really know. Even though even though he's back to how he acted in Series 9, I thought that Peter did a good job as the Doctor as per usual. The villains were alright. The monsters were alright, I guess. How the Celts and the Roman Legion pulled together. These two different warrior factions from two parts of Europe, from Britain and Rome, Italy, coming together to fight a foe that they can't handle by themselves. It was very endearing and very good indeed, and we're possibly going to reach the 1 hour mark as I promised. So I hope you'll stay in here because this is hard. Planning out videos is hard. So stay. Don't go away. Don't pause this video. Oh wait. Probably half of my audience is gone. There's probably like 0 people watching right now to this point. Probably 0 people. Okay. On to World Enough in Time. A very creepy and... It was a very creepy and... It was a very creepy and well done Cyberman origin story. It's the closest we're ever going to get to seeing a TV version of Spare Parts, let's all be honest. Like, I know nothing can beat Spare Parts. I rated this 10 out of 10. I rated Spare Parts 11 out of 10. You know, Rob Sherman gets 12 out of 10 all the time. But this is the closest we're going to get to this. Yeah. I didn't see that old hobo being the master in disguise. Or I didn't see the old hobo being the master in disguise. Just like what Roger and... I didn't see that... I didn't know that the old hobo was going to be the master in disguise. Just like what Roger Delgado and Anthony Ailey did back in the day. Bill's death was... I did not see that coming at all. I thought it was going to be later on in the episode, and they found a way to get around that by making her the first fully converted Cybermen. Oh, and also those partially converted Cybermen, they were creepy. Especially the ones that said, "Kill me, pain, pain, pain," constantly typing into their life support thing that they were carrying around. Yeah, that was creepy. Don't want to see that. And I love the bit at the end where I am Bill Potts. Yes, this is... I rate World Enough in Time 10 out of 10. Yes, it's in my top 20. Yeah. Dr. Falls. Now on to the Dr. Falls. I love the way that Moffat made every Cyberman Genesis story canon. It made them a little bit more creepy, because it told us that the Cybermen aren't one monster. They're not like... They're worse than, like, the Daleks, the Ice Warriors, the Silurians, the Sea Devils, the Zygons, the Orcons, all those other monsters. These Cybermen are worse, because it's a social... Because they were ahead of their time, let's be honest. The Cybermen were a commentary on technology and plastic surgery and replacing humanity for technology, which you're probably watching this video via. It's honestly disturbing, and it tells us that, and the Doctor says, doesn't matter, the Cybermen's creation on all planets, whether it be Planet 14, Telos, Mondas, Marinus, yep, they did mention that. What? Look up World Shapers. It's a Sixth Doctor comic book that says that Marinus from the Keys of Marinus, you know, the Vords, the wetsuit Cybermen, they're actually evolving into Cybermen. Marinus is evolving into Mondas. It's quite weird, but it is actually a good read, and Frobisher is in it, and Frobisher's the best non-media companion ever, and Bill's up there with Frobisher. This is Peter's finest hour as the Doctor, mostly due to his speech to Missy and the Master. The Iron Man Cybermen went out with a bang. Nardole was is now pronounced. I pronounce you, Nardole, as a certified badass. We now know how the Master regenerated into Missy, or did he? The Master was brilliant in the episode, by the way. He's up to his usual tricks, and he also laser screwdrivered, if that's even a term, Missy, and we don't know if she's actually going to regenerate. She might actually regenerate. Bill earned her ending more than Clara. She deserves to go on adventures with Heather. Though I did mention last video that it's encouraging, not a good thing, but I can settle with it. I don't mind it. She can do whatever the fuck she wants, and I won't care. I don't mind it. The Doctor is tired of regenerating all the time. Like, he keeps on regenerating so many times that it's just getting repetitive. He doesn't want to go. He wants to be known for one face only. He doesn't want this life. He doesn't want to be a Time Lord. He just wants to... He's just tired of regeneration. He doesn't want it to happen anymore. And he tries to suppress it when the Cyberman shoots him with the Cyberman's emotional inhibitor. I think it's an emotional inhibitor. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he's just tired. And the First Doctor, played by David Bradley, walks up to the Doctor and repeats what he said to the Cybermen. I am the Doctor. The original, you might say. Even though it's a combination of, I already said it in the last episode and that got reviews. So yeah. Overall, I give. It's the end of what? It's the end, but the moment is prepared for. I'm finished with this series. Series 10 is done and dusted now. I rate the Dr. Falls. I give it a 9.7 out of 10. Now I'm finished. I gave the month 3-parter as a whole. I would give it a. I'm gonna be generous and say an 8 out of 10. The Cyberman, the Mondasian Cyberman 3-parter, 2-parter. Are we calling this now? I'm going to give a solid 10 out of 10. Yes. And Series 10 overall, I give. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. Yes. I hope you've survived through this review. I've tried to keep my piss inside my body, and I'll see you all in the next one, which I'm probably gonna do something else. Hint, hint. It might be a review of Alien Covenant if I actually feel like it. Okay, I'll see you in the next one. Good. Bye. Oh wait, it's not the one. Oh, Mark. Oh God, I need to discuss something. No, it doesn't matter. Goodbye. See ya.